Hello, students. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to one more session of your WOC. This is your Vani ma'am back again with one more series. Yes, as I have started already your board 10th preparation. All the grade 10 students, nothing to worry because we are going to drill your NCRT and study each and every line of your NCRT. I'm going to teach you physics, chemistry, and biology. This is your Vani ma'am. This is your WOC. The World of Chemistry, a platform or a free platform for grade 10, 11, 12, JEE and NEET students. Let's start our preparation with a huge thumbs up. This is your Vani ma'am starting the session. Alright, so as the page suggests, these are the table of contents. I'm going to teach line by line in CRT. I'm going to explain everything to you all. Then I'll be taking you to a journey of MCQs for your board examinations. I'll be teaching you how to write very short answers, long answers. I'll also be teaching you with case-based questions, or it is also called as source-based question. Source-based question also is what I'm going to deal. Nothing to worry with this. I assure you'll be getting full marks for your board examinations. So let's start the series. Yes. So I've started with the first unit, that is chemical reactions and equations. Alright students, this is your first unit of your chemistry, right? So in your chemistry, the first unit is prescribed. This year we have only 4 chapters in chemistry. So we'll be quickly doing it. Everything I'll be including as mentioned. So the first unit, chemical reactions and equations. Now in this unit, most important thing to remember, this is the complete flow chart of your particular chapter. Correct? So the first topic as and when we start this chapter, in the chemical reactions, initially, as soon as you enter, there are two different changes, that is physical and chemical changes. You're going to learn this physical and chemical changes. I'll give you the example also. One MCQ would come. After that, gradually we'll be going into a topic called what actually is a chemical reaction. After that, I will be going to the balancing part. Okay. In the previous video, balancing part is what I have already done. So today, I'll be starting my topic with physical and chemical changes and what is meant by a chemical reaction and related MCQs. So your chapter starts with this. Gradually from here it goes to the second topic, and gradually then you'll go to a topic called types of chemical reactions. So physical and chemical changes, you'll be studying the definition, examples, then you'll be learning what actually is the definition of chemical reaction and balancing also. I have taught the balancing. Please watch the previous video. Next comes your types of chemical reactions. We'll be learning about combination reaction. Then under decomposition, we'll be learning examples here. Thermal decomposition definition and example. Electrolysis definition and example. Then photochemical decomposition definition and example. Like that for everything. Decomposition reaction types, displacement reaction types, neutralization reaction, redox reaction where oxidation and reduction, exothermic and endothermic. For everything whatever we are studying, we are going to study definition, we'll be studying examples, and we'll be studying the related MCQs, very short answers and long answers. Okay, nothing to worry. Gradually I'll be ending the topic with corrosion. In that we'll be learning about examples of corrosion, conditions necessary for corrosion, effects of corrosion, and methods to prevent corrosion. That's done, students. This is the complete table of contents. That's nothing but the index of your particular chapter. So index is very important to learn whenever you're studying chemistry or rather any chapter. So now which topic are we going to start? We're going to start first. The topic which I'm going to teach you is, what do you mean by a chemical reaction? That's the question. That's the question. So as a how the way I write, please try to take a notebook and note it. Now, what are you observing here? This is the human body, correct? This is our human body. Sorry, in our human body, as you have seen, 65% of the particular composition is made up of oxygen, chemical element. 18% is made up of carbon, a chemical element. 10% is made up of hydrogen. Then, in that way, 3% nitrogen, 2% calcium, 1% phosphorus, and others. Now, the whole body is filled with chemical elements. Now, what actually is this? Using this, all the chemical elements, there are different processes which are happening in our body, right? The different methods. Is respiration is happening, digestion is happening, excretion is happening, correct? Like everything, hormonal changes are happening using the endocrine glands. Everything, the different process. So the first definition of chemical reaction is chemical reaction is nothing but a processes, or the chemical reactions are nothing but processes. This is okay, different processes, different methods. So in during this process, what is going to happen? There is one substance, or rather a substance, a particular substance means, if I take, combination of carbon plus oxygen, carbon dioxide, a sort of substance, one substance or the many substances combination together. So it is a process in which one substance or many substances, what do they do? They are going to undergo, okay, they're going to undergo which reaction? Chemical reaction. Is it okay? A chemical change rather. That's why I said chemical reaction or chemical change. Again, it's a processes of in which a substance or substances undergo chemical change. When they undergo this chemical change, what is going to happen? Just see, there is a lot of chemical change, right? See here, combustion is happening, where burning is going on, rotting of the apple is happening, rusting is happening, digestion is happening. So during this chemical change, a process in which one substance is here, what happens after combustion? A new substance forms, ash forms, correct? After rotting of apple, what happens? A new substance, like a rotten form of apple. Can you rotten apple you'll get, means an apple which is already spoiled, can you get the apple, fresh apple back? During rusting, iron oxide is formed, a new substance is formed. During digestion, the complete food is digested and new substance is formed. That means, or new substance, or rather, the waste material releases energy. That means, during a chemical change, a process in which a substance undergoes chemical change, during this process, what is formed, students? During this process, a new substance is formed. Okay, a new substance is formed. And this new substance will have what properties? It will have new properties. Correct now. New substances with new properties is what forms. And important thing to remember in the chemical change, whatever you're seeing, yes, important thing, simple, whatever in a chemical reaction or the chemical change, whatever is happening, remember again, during this process, a new substance is formed from which one? And substance which is further reacting to new, and the properties of this substance. Remember the nature, whatever identity the old substance had, this completely new substance will have a new nature and it will have a new identity. Correct? Both will be completely different. The new identity, new change. That means both will have this and this will have different properties. So during a chemical change, the properties are going to change. Different properties, the new substances forms. So I'm repeating once again. A chemical chain reaction is a process in which a substance or substances undergo chemical change, during which the nature and identity of both will be completely different and the new substance will have a different property. Is it okay, students? Is it easy? Let us start with the next thing. Let us see. Chemical change is over. Now, physical change. So, physical change is what? Simple. See here, you're seeing crushing of a can. I'm physically hitting it. Melting of ice cube. Done. There's a change in state. Boiling of water, liquid to vapor. Mixing of sand with water, it's completely getting wet, it's getting into the solid. So earlier it was solid, it is becoming a wet form now. Breaking of glass, dissolving of sugar in water, shredding of paper, chopping of wood, mixing green and red marbles, sublimation of dry ice. That's directly the solid getting converted into vapors. So solid getting converted to your vapors. Now just see, in all these cases, can you reverse the reaction? Yes, yes, crushing of the can, if you break it, basically, like, it's temporary. Again, slowly, gradually, you hit it and mold it into a can. Again, ice cube. If you leave it, to it will get converted to solid, will get converted to liquid. Again, you leave it, liquid gets converted to solid. Means all the reactions, whatever you're seeing physically, all these examples are basically, so physical change is something, when I see all the physical changes whichever you're seeing are, they are also processes. This is also a process only, basically, correct? So the process which I said initially, the formation of this one, it is the physical change also is process. But here, whatever new substance are formed, that particular substance can be reversed. The new substance, whatever you're changing, the new substance are reversed. Correct? Or the change, whatever is physical, it is all temporary nature. Only if you this one you can revert back. And now here, this new substance, can you say it is completely changed? No, no new substance is formed. Nothing. This just the formation of change in shape only. Here this is change in shape, change in color, change in uh, uh, formation, like deforming shape, or it becomes brittle. You can again convert by sticking, you can convert. So that means since physical change is also a process, but there is no new substance formed, and the change is can be reversed, and it is temporary. So here important thing to remember, the original properties whatever are there, it is reversed. The original properties are retained. Correct, my students? So what am I understanding? Physical change or chemical change, both are processes. But chemical changes are irreversible, physical changes are reversed. Correct? I've given you examples. Now see the complete table. Always remember, physical changes are reversible. Example, ice getting converted to liquid, or water, liquid getting converted to ice. Chemical changes are not reversible because once a new substance form, you're burning a magnesium ribbon, it's getting converted to ash. That's not reversible. No new substances are formed. Here, one or more new substances are formed. Then the substance retains its chemical properties. Here, no. The new substance will have a different property. It will be the different nature. It will be a different identity in both these cases. So note this differences. Identity, not this one. Identify. No, I should erase this. I'll erase this. Okay. So I think let me use my eraser. I have an eraser in my this one. Okay. Okay, this is not getting erased. Let me write identity. Identity. Okay. Identity. Done. Okay. They said there is an eraser here, I think. Pen. Let me check. No, this is not that. Okay, chalo. So nature identity will be different. So physical and chemical changes are clear. Chalo. Now they'll ask me, what actually, you said chemical change is a new substance. Next question what they're going to ask you is, what do you mean by reactants and products? Nothing, students. Simple. Reactants, if you see in this reaction, hydrogen is reacting with oxygen. How many atoms? So two atoms of hydrogen put together, 2 into 2 4, 1 2 3 4. So it's a molecule now. It's reacting with oxygen, forming a product. Now, what actually is reactant? See, remember, substances which take part in the chemical reaction. What is this? Substances which take part in the chemical reaction. What are products? Products are new substances which are formed. This is taking part, this is forming. Correct? Now, shall we write the definition? What is it? When a teacher or any examiner asks a reactant with the example, you're going to write. What do you write? Substances which take part in chemical reaction. Okay, chemical reaction. So reaction, what are products? You only tell me. I just now said products are substances which are formed, which are formed. So can I write new substances? Yes, new substances which are formed in chemical reaction. Is it right, students? Is it right? Yes. Yes. So basic thing, example. I'm taking one example of this. In this, you only tell me what is the reactant here. You're seeing here, there's a burner. You're taking one magnesium ribbon with a tongue. So example is the reactants of magnesium ribbon. What are you doing? You're heating in the presence of oxygen. So oxygen is reacting. Finally, after reacting together, you're getting some ash sort of thing, a white color powder which is formed, that is called magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. What are the reactants in this case? In this case, magnesium plus oxygen are the reactants. What are the products formed? Magnesium oxide is a product. So the reactants and products are connected by an arrow. Simple as that. Yes, that's it. So okay, we know now, we clearly understand what is meant by chemical reaction, what is meant by what is meant by chemical change, what is meant by physical change, and what are the example of a chemical reaction. Okay, so a chemical reaction has reactants and products connected by an arrow. Now, there's one in-text question which is given to us, and it is in-text question, page number 6 of NCRT. Just see, why should magnesium ribbon be cleaned before it is burnt in air? See here, students, this is your magnesium ribbon. What is this? This is your sandpaper which we are taking. Why should we clean magnesium ribbon? Just see, what are you observing here? Magnesium ribbon, first of all, as soon as you heat, the main quality of magnesium is an highly reactive metal. Highly reactive metal. You're going to write the question answer in the exam like this, reactive metal. Okay. When it is highly reactive metal, what does it do? Do I have a page? Yes, I have a page. Highly reactive, what it is do? First, as soon as magnesium ribbon is taken, well, let me write this magnesium ribbon. Suppose you have a magnesium ribbon, you're cleaning it. Okay. So what it does, this magnesium ribbon, if it is left like that, see here, immediately magnesium ribbon, it reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. A layer, a coating of magnesium oxide will be there, a layer formed on the surface of the magnesium ribbon. If this magnesium ribbon, a coating is formed on the magnesium. And gradually during this process, this coating or the oxide layer, okay, this is the oxide layer. So oxide layer. Now, this one, if you're leaving this oxide layer further, it reacts with carbon dioxide which is there in the air, and it is going to form magnesium carbonate. Now what happened? If you want your magnesium to burn properly, okay, so you will write this example. You will write first this point, magnesium is an highly reactive metal. Then you will write magnesium, this is what forms. Now, hence, you will just end your answer saying that if we want to burn magnesium ribbon, if you want to burn magnesium ribbon, what should you do? You have to remove, what you have to remove, two layers are there. One is remove magnesium oxide layer. You should also remove magnesium carbonate layer to burn it effectively, correct? So this is what you have to effectively, easy. This is what you have to write the answer, easy. Let's see one more question. What are the characteristics of chemical reactions? So basically now, just now I said, in a chemical reaction, you have a new substance formed, you have the reactants getting converted to products. Didn't I say this? Yes. Now, first of all, in a chemical reaction, there are 5 things. What are the first? Chemical reaction to happen, you're converting or you're finding, you're going to the lab. Your teacher has given you different test tubes to find out. Different tests are given to you. In few tests, you will find the first characteristic is there'll be evolution of gas. Correct? No, gas particles are see here. The liquids are getting mixed, and there's evolution of gas which is seen. There's certain class of tests which happen. In certain tests, what happens? There is formation of PPT. There's a formation of precipitate at the base of the test tube. This is the second characteristic. Third characteristic is you are observing there is change in color. See here, earlier the solutions were blue. Now gradually after the reaction happens in the test tube, the third characteristic is this change of color or change in color in the test tube. Change in color in the test tube. Next important thing, you'll see as the reaction proceeds, when you dip the thermometer, you find there is a difference in or the increase in temperatures in the particular test tube. So the fourth characteristic is change in temperature. Temperature initially may be 10 degrees, gradually after the reaction is happening, you're heating it and you're observing the temperature in the reaction, the exothermic reactions, there may be increase in temperatures or decrease in temperature. That is the fourth characteristic. Last but not the least is what are you observing? This is the ice or the solid. It's getting converted to liquid. Liquid is getting converted to vapor and vice versa. So the last characteristic is change in state. There are 5 characteristics: change of gas, change of formation of PPT, change in color, change in temperature, and change in state. Correct? So remember that all the 5 characteristics. Shall we once again summarize? Yes. So what are the things, students? In characteristics, first is what? Evolution of gas. Okay, gas evolves. Next, what? Formation of PPT forms. Okay. Third one, change in color, change in temperature, change in state. Correct na? Yes. Done. That's it. Now let us see what actually is the definition of chemical equation. So chemical reaction, physical change is done, chemical change is done. Then we have learned what is meant by, or what is the difference between this. Now let us learn how do you define a chemical equation. So I have a multiple choice question to do. Let's see. So basically, suppose hydrogen plus oxygen is combining to form water molecule, two balanced. Now this is a chemical equation. So how am I writing this? Chemical equation, before we do this, normally we are supposed to visualize a chemical reaction as hydrogen combines with oxygen. It forms water molecule. Correct? So what is this? First of all, the chemical equation is a word equation. You're going to write first a word equation. Okay. This word equation is used to show what? It is going to show the reactants. These are the reactants, right? Reactants are shown on which side? Reactants are shown on LHS. Okay. Then what are and this reactants are changing into what? This reactants are changing into products. Correct? So right, products are formed on what? RHS. Correct? So and both the reactants and products, how are they linked? By linking by linking by linking by an arrow. Arrow from where to where? This arrow is always heading towards from reactants to products. Correct? Na? So again I'm repeating. Chemical reaction is a word equation. Okay, it shows reactants get changing into products. Reactants are written on the left hand side, products on the right hand side, and both are linked by an arrow where the arrow points from reactants to products. For example, A plus B. These two are what? These two are reactants. And what is it producing into? C plus D. What are these two? These two are products. Correct now? This is LHS, this is RHS, right? That's all. So, sorry. This is the chemical equation. Simple as that. Chalo. Now we have learned what topics till now. Once more, let us summarize. We have seen what is the concept of physical change, physical and chemical change. Yes, students, we have learned. We can write the definition also and examples also. We have learned what is meant by a chemical equation. Correct? We have learned what is meant by chemical reaction. We have learned what are the characteristics of chemical reaction. Correct? Na? Now let us see a multiple choice question. Which of the following is not a physical change? What is physical change means? I said if physical change is temporary. Correct? Physical change is reversible. Physical change, no new substance forms. Correct? Now tell me which of the following is not a physical change? They said boiling of water to vapor. Oh, this is physical change because it can reverse back. Melting of ice to water. This is also physical. Dissolution of water, salt in water means you're adding water, you're adding salt to water. Yes, that is also physical. Combustion of liquid petrol. Oh, this one. This is a chemical change. So this is a chemical change. The option is the one which is not physical change is last one. What is the reason? Tell me what is the reason? Reason is combustion. Whenever combustion means what? Burning. Whenever you're heating any fuel, what does it get converted to? Anything which is heated means basically your combustion is nothing but forming new substance. Combustion forms new substance. This new substance, whatever is formed, is irreversible. Correct? Na? That means in this LPG gas, that is like liquid petroleum gas, it converts and gives us energy. So this energy, whatever your mom cooks food na, in the form of fuel, flame, can flame be converted to LPG gas again? No, right? So this is your question. So this is a chemical change. The answer is which is not a physical change means option D is correct. Next question. How are chemical reactions expressed in the shortest way? So this is a chemical reaction. Just see here. Normally it is a word equation. I write methane plus oxygen gives me carbon dioxide plus water. This is your chemical reaction. Now how do I express this in a shortest way? Simplest and shortest way. How do I express? I express this particular reaction in the shortest way. Only one thing, that is nothing but, see here, shortest way. What did I do? I have taken this. How did I represent? The shortest way of representation is symbolically. Correct? Na? Symbolically, symbolizing. Symbolically is what I have written. So symbolically is the shortest method to represent any chemical reaction. Correct, my students? So symbolically is a word which is represented. Any chemical reaction is denoted by symbols. So this is what is my lecture number 2 for your great 10th. Now, once again, thank you for watching the video. I'll meet you day after tomorrow, right? I'll be meeting you every alternate day. Thank you for watching. I request all of you to please share the video. Share the video, it gives support to WOC. Please like the video so that the visibility will be shown to more and more and everybody can enjoy this free education. Okay, free education. Bye bye, students. Signing off with a smile. Thank you so much.